Recency bias. Ranking something way higher than it should just because you watched it recently. Frieren is an anime that when released shook the entire anime community, and not only that, managed to reach the number 1 position in my anime list. But there was an argument. That being, the only reason it got that much praise was recency bias. People called it overrated and nothing special, but was this really true? 492 days. That's how long it has been since the last season of Frieren. This is obviously a very long time in the anime space since animes are being constantly released and fans are jumping from one anime to the other. So with this logic, it would be natural to think that the hype would be gone too, right? Yes, but surprisingly, that's not the case for Frieren. If you look at the anime community, the Frieren is still relevant more than ever. The YouTube essays and the audience that love every second of it are the living proof for it, which begs the question, why Frieren? Hello everyone, my name is BATAKU and this is a video series where I explore Frieren to find out why I love this story so much. So today I have divided this video into 3 parts: exposition, sneaky writing, and secret object. In a medium of storytelling, there is primarily 2 ways to give information to the audience: dialogue-based exposition and action-based exposition. In Frieren, we can observe both of these methods in action. Author used disguised info dump through conversations to inform us about the characters, the world, and the current situation. For example, let's look at this scene from episode 1 of Frieren.
Start looking for work soon.
You're already concerned about employment?
As we all should be. Slaying the Demon King was 1 chapter, but read on. For we've stories yet to tell and lives yet to live.
This quick conversation between Frieren and Himmel managed to tell us what had occurred and where the story was headed in under a minute. Here's another scene when Himmel and Frieren part ways.
The way elves see this world is a mystery.
Who knows how long she's been a part of it by now.
In her eyes, 50 or even 100 years must look like a trifling thing.
This conversation tells us about Frieren's long lifespan and creates an air of mystery around elves. It's outstanding how much information Frieren can give with such little dialogues. But even though it's a great thing, it's not what makes Frieren so great for me. Action-based exposition. A method of informing audience through visual cues instead of dialogues. This is not an easy way to exposition, but if done right, can have way more impact on the audience, and Frieren seems to have understood it. This is a scene when the whole party is watching a meteor shower after the victory. Frieren, having seen this meteor shower already from a better place, suggests they go there next time for optimum viewing. At first glance, there is nothing wrong with this request. It's just a friend suggesting a better hangout place. But there is a catch. The meteor shower only takes place every 50 years.
So it's a plan. 50 years from now.
This reaction from Himmel tells us a lot of things. 1. Frieren is not aware of other people's time, and 2. Himmel may not survive the next 50 years. Another scene is after the death of Himmel. From the very beginning, Himmel has always been beside Frieren. The opening shot of the anime was Himmel calling out to Frieren, wheeling away her book, in a way showing us the significance of Himmel to Frieren. After that, every scene you see most of the time, Himmel is always beside her. Like here, and also here. Always together. Until he isn't. This scene after the death of Himmel, the shot of an empty space and Frieren alone in the frame, was in one word special. It silently showed us the impact this death had on Frieren without even showing any of her emotions. The person that's always been there by her side is not anymore, and this right here was a very powerful way of showing somebody's loss, and exactly why Frieren is so special to me. It's not about presenting the information to the audience, but letting them figure out the small details on their own. Conflict doesn't always have to have insane animations, choreography, or even action. Honestly, it doesn't even require to be inside an anime. Fundamentally, conflict is a clash of what we know and favor versus what we don't. It has always been inside of our mind. To understand this, let's again go back to the scene after Himmel's death. This scene, yes, the viewer can see the empty space and we can tell Himmel's significance to Frieren, but we can also see from the very first second of this anime, Frieren is a very heartless person. She doesn't care about other people's time and doesn't really show any of her emotions. This scene further builds up this feeling. Why doesn't Frieren show her emotions? Why does she look like she doesn't care? Is it okay to not even care if you're an elf? All these questions come to our mind.
That girl was one of Himmel's companions. I've yet to even see her frown. How heartless.
Even this NPC reinforces this. So,
たった10年一緒に旅しただけだし人間の寿命は短いって分かっていたのになんでもっと知ろうと思わなかったんだろう
and then the author does this. This scene hits way too hard because our perception of Frieren as a character is completely flipped. She was not the nonchalant, emotionless elf that we thought she was, which made this scene so much better. The author has done this way too many times throughout the season, like with Stark, initially shown to be brave but was actually a coward, and also Heiter with the whole immortality book aspect. This sneaky writing helped author to draw out our emotions like sadness, surprise, funny, a lot more, which made the anime both surprising and engaging. Speaking of sneaky, here's this scene from episode 1. Many of us probably didn't even think too much about this, which is understandable since it was only shown for 3 seconds, but let's look at it deeply. This scene was right after Himmel's funeral. Sad Frieren, getting ready to leave, looks at the ring in a sense of nostalgia and longing. This makes you question, what is that ring? Why is she looking at it? What's the story behind it? The author manages to create a connection of the audience with a certain object. In an article, 9 Steps to Good Storytelling by Nelson, one of the points she mentions is creating props or objects. The object should reoccur throughout the story and impact the characters and drive the plotline forward. In episode 14 of Frieren, the ring becomes a major tool to show what Himmel actually felt about Frieren. The mirrored lotus ring, which symbolizes eternal love, and Himmel giving it to Frieren, clearly knowing what it meant, cleared all the audience's questions about Himmel's feeling to Frieren. Realizing this connection was made in episode 1 after rewatching it felt very special to me. Frieren as an anime does so many great things, which is why I want to analyze or rather give view on things that I like about the show. It is a very special show for me. All these things that I mentioned was mostly connected to first episode, which is crazy to think about. 20 minutes to tell all this story is why I love Frieren so much and why I will be making more videos on it in the future. So subscribe if you want future Frieren contents.